You have reached Red Steele's Uncircled Review. I'm your man, Red Steele, and today I'll be reviewing from Transformers Legacy United, Hot Shot. Transformers Legacy United Hot Shot. But before I get to the actual review, I just want to go over some of the spectacular details on this packaging. Up front here, to us, we want to show you what's the figure and all those accessories inside. On the top of the packaging here, you have the Transformers Legacy United logo. In the corner here, you have the 8+, which is the age requirement for this figure. You have the corner here, you have the Takara Tomy Transformers Generation logo. Alongside here says Transformers. In the middle, you have a beautiful illustration of Hot Shot in his sports car mode. Over here it says Cybertron Universe Hot Shot. In the middle here again you have the Transformers Legacy United logo. Corner here is the Hasbro emblem, and down here it says it is a deluxe class figure. Then outside the packaging here, you have two beautiful illustrations of Hot Shot in his robot mode. The other side of the packaging here, you have this beautiful montage of all the Transformers in Transformers Legacy United, starting with Tigerhawk. Over here you have Wingblade. Below that you have Magnius. Down here you have Magmatron. Then on this side you have Tasmania Kid, Megatron, and below that you have Thundertron, and you have Nucleus. Down here you have 40 years of Transformers. Then on the back of the packaging here on the very top, you have Transformers More Than Meets the Eye. Then over here you have Cybertron Universe Hot Shot. Now here you have all the biggest features such as Hot Shot in his robot mode, Hot Shot in sports car mode, and Hot Shot with his cyber key. Down here you have 4 years of Transformers, and next to that you have the Hasbro emblem. Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Hot Shot. Hot Shot was released on July 2024 with the suggested retail price of $24.99, and is available at all major retailers. Hot Shot was released along with the other Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Wave 3 figures, Nucleus, Sideburn, and Strong Arm. Hot Shot is a Transformers Cybertron inspired figure that converts to a sports car mode in 17 steps. His accessories include his blaster, cyber key, and instructions. Hot Shot stands 5.5 inches tall, and he is meant for fans ages 8 and up. Now I'll go ahead and convert Hot Shot from his robot mode all the way to his sports car mode. The first thing you always want to do before you transform any of your Transformers, you want to remove all the weapons and accessories. So we're going to take his blaster. I'll put this off to the side. With first up the transformation, you have a couple panels for his legs right there and right there. On the inside, you have a hinge joint right there and right there. All they want you to do is flip open this panel, just like that. Do that to the other side to this panel, and flip it open just like that. Then step number 2, you're just going to take the thigh right here and collapse it right into the leg. You do that with a double jointed hinge, you just push it in, just like that. Go and do that to the other side, take that thigh, and collapse it right into the leg, just like that. Then step number 3, you have these panels now. You want to go and close them up. You got a tab right there, you have a porthole right there. You want to make sure you push that right into place just like that. Do that to the other side, you go and close that panel up just like that. Then step number 4, in between the legs right here, you have a couple of tabs right there, and a couple of portholes. Then just want you to go ahead and just push those in together just like that. Step number 5. You want to take Hot Shot now. You have this back piece right here. You want to take this back piece and you want to lift it up just like that. And step number 6, you have this blue little panel right here. You have a hinge on the very top. You want to push this blue panel into the backpack just like that. Then step number 7, you have Hot Shot's head here. Bottom of his head, you have a little hinge joint right there. You want to flip his head into the car body just like that. And step number 8, you want to take this whole battery assembly now. You want to bring it up. You want to go ahead and rotate it all the way around just like that. And while I have it rotating around, you have these little red wings right here. And this isn't in the instructions. I'm going to go and flip them back in just like that. And just like that. And step number 9, You have these shoulder pylons right there and right there. I want to go and flip them forward just like that. Forward just like that. Because in between these pylons, you have tabs and support holes. You push them together just like that. It should simulate the front end of the car. Step number 10. One thing hot shot, you want to turn them all the way around. You got this back end of the car, you have this dark blue piece right here, which looks like it's part of the spoiler and the tailgate. You got a hinge joint right in the middle right here. One of these dark blue pieces, you want to bring them out just like that, and just like that. Because in step number 11, you have hot shot's feet right there and right there. And you have a hinge joint right there and right there. One thing is foot, you want to flip it right into that dark blue piece just like that. Do that to your side with that foot, and flip it right into that dark blue piece just like that. Then step number 12, we're going to close up these pieces just like that, and just like that. Then step number 13, you have this whole back assembly right here. Now on the bottom of that back assembly, you have this hinge joint right there, swivel hinge joint, whatever you want to call it. There's a little peg right there. And over here, you have a porthole right at that red part right there. Well, you want to bring it so it's angled and it comes down just like that. Then step number 14, with this whole back assembly now, you want to go ahead and tab it right into place just like that. Then step number 15, you have these arms right here, which are also door panels. We'll go ahead and bring them in just like that. Do that to the other side to this arm and bring it in just like that. You want to make sure the wheel comes in too. Then step number 16, you have a tab right there and right there, right there and right there. You want to make sure everything kind of tabs right into place just like that. Do that to the other side, take that door and tab right into place just like that. Because in the 17th and final step, you have this windshield right here. You have a couple tabs right there, right there, and right there. You have some portholes right here. We're going to bring the windshield down and tab it right into place just like that. And now you have Hot Shot in its full sports car mode. Now I have Hot Shot in his sports car mode and on my display table. So we'll go over some of his play features and accessories. First, I talk about his blaster. According to the instructions, there's a way to arm Hot Shot with his blaster while he's in his car mode. When you do that, because on the bottom of his blaster right here, you have a 5mm peg. On top of his roof right here, you have a 5mm porthole. You take this blaster and you plug it right in that porthole just like that, and now you have Hot Shot armed while he's in his sports car mode. The next accessory I'm going to bring in is his Cyber Key. If you know about Transformers Cybertron, each one of the Transformers came with a way to arm themselves with these Cyber Keys, and they unlock these play features that were pretty cool, like weaponry, or maybe a mode where, like in Hot Shot's case, he had wings. When you plug in this Cyber Key, wings would pop out and he'd be a flying car, which is really, really cool, or whatnot. I'm not sure if he was a flying car. I can't really recall if he used those wings to fly, but it just brings out these wings and he goes even faster. And each one of these Cyber Keys represented a planet. I believe since Hot Shot is a sports car and he's big on racing in the cartoon series or the anime series, I'm guessing this is the Speed Key. And where you plug this Cyber Key, be in the back of this piece right here, and you see this little porthole right here. Unfortunately, they didn't utilize that gimmick where it unlocked the wings, but they did mold it, and you can bring the wings out if you so desire. Get the wings right here and right here, and they're kind of hard to pry out. Get that wing right there. Get that wing right there. And fortunately, I was able to dig out my original Cybertron Hot Shot to show you guys that play feature, which I have right here, and I can do a side-by-side comparison of these two figures. Very, very nicely done. And I have to say, you know, Hot Shot didn't really need an update, but I can see why they did that, because the original Hot Shot Deluxe version is bigger in scale. And I think they want to keep the scaling consistent for all the different Legacy, War for Cybertron, Studio Series figures, which is really, really nicely done. And they did a great job with Hot Shot. I mean, they're very faithful. Like even from the color scheme to the yellow translucent plastic. The only thing that it was missing was that play feature, but I mean, that's very forgivable because they did a great job. I mean, right now I'm only comparing them side by side in car mode. I haven't seen them both side by side in robot mode yet. But right now I'm saying that Legacy nailed it with Hot Shot so far when it comes to, you know, the Cybertron version of Hot Shot. I'm going to bring in this blaster. I'm going to arm him the same way I armed the Legacy Hot Shot, just like that, so you guys can see what they look side by side. And I'm going to go and show you what the Cyber Key does, because I do have the original Cyber Key right here. I mean, it's much larger in scale. I mean, if I compare the two Cyber Keys, you see the difference. And this one, this Cyber Key right here just ports into place. And it would have been nice if they would add some paint deco to the top, but I understand why they didn't, you know, and it's forgivable because it's not really a huge play feature on these figures. And I kind of wish they may have utilized that, but it's not needed if these are more for collectors or collectibles. But you see the Cyber Key, you pop it right into the back and it brings his wings out. The nice thing would be if they brought these, maybe molded these wings in a yellow plastic, kind of stay consistent. And I'm not sure in the anime if he had the red wings or not, because he does have, I believe he does have something red down here, so I'm not sure if that plays into the robot mode, but he does have these red wings also. But if you look at these two figures side by side, I mean, Legacy did a great job, and it is a different mold. They didn't go ahead and remold it or make some slight changes. It's an all new figure. I mean, they did a great job. The scaling, like I said, is a little different. I mean, Cybertron version is a little bit bigger, but still, the Legacy version of Hot Shot's a nice figure. Very, very nicely done. All the wheels do roll, but I wouldn't advise rolling a figure like I've mentioned earlier on, because you could possibly cause some mold damage here if you roll it on an abrasive surface. And you know, you're not always going to roll your figure on a flat surface if you're playing with it outside. So I would avoid rolling because the wheels do hang low to the body. Very nicely done figure. But lots of great mold detail. I love that they have the windshield detail. Unfortunately, you can see some of the robot kibble in car mode. And I love how the blaster here kind of has that simulated spring-loaded feature, where you see that little trigger for it. And they may have done the color scheme to more match the animated model from Cybertron cartoon series. So that's why it might be a slightly different color. But the one thing I do see that's a setback compared to the original is the paint right here. The yellow paint here, you can see kind of the blue plastic bleeding through that yellow paint, which has been a fault of Hasbro and Takara with these recent Transformer figures, where I don't know if it's the quality of paint they're using or just a lack of, but it seems like the plastic tends to bleed through the paint scheme or the color that go in a lot of these figures. But other than that, it's a very nicely done figure, and I'm going to rotate him around so you can see what it looks like from all angles. I do love this Hot Shot. He was kind of a sleeper hit for me. I picked him up, and I didn't really expect much from him, but when I opened him up, I was pleasantly surprised. I have Hot Shot in his robot mode, and on my display table, I once again want to go over some of his play features and accessories, first by talking about his blaster. According to the instructions, we're going to arm Hot Shot with this blaster while he's in his robot mode. You can on the bottom of this blaster right here, you have a 5mm peg. Each one of his fists has a 5mm porthole. Take this blaster and put it right either one of his fists, and now you have Hot Shot armed with this blaster while he's in his robot mode. The next accessory I'm going to bring in is his Cyber Key. And also, according to the instructions, is going to arm Hot Shot with his Cyber Key while he's in his robot mode. You look on the bottom of the Cyber Key right here, you have this little tab. You turn Hot Shot all the way around. On his backpack, on the very top, you have a porthole. You plug that Cyber Key in, and in the original version of Hot Shot, the Cyber Key pops open these wings, and unfortunately with this version of Hot Shot, you have to manually pop these wings out just like that, and just like that. You gotta kind of dig your finger in there just like that. And now you have Hot Shot armed with both his blaster and his Cyber Key while he's in his robot mode. Pretty cool play feature, and I love this version of Hot Shot. And a lot of times I have said during Legacy, there's a lot of figures that just didn't need updating. And you could also say that about Cybertron Hot Shot. I mean, that series did not come out too long ago, and even when it did come out, the figures were very faithful to the animated model of the cartoon series. So, I mean, proportion-wise, articulation-wise, Cybertron was a great toy line. And for them to bring over that toy line to Legacy was a little bit premature, but I feel in Hot Shot's case, they did him justice. I mean, a lot of design elements from the original Cybertron version of Hot Shot did carry over to this figure. A lot of the mold detail carried over, and a lot of paint deco detail. The only thing is, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Hot Shot, do a side-by-side comparison. And I do want to show you guys the little play feature with the Cyber Key while he's in his robot mode. Because you grab the Cyber Key, you just plug it right into his backpack, and it does bring out those wings. And that was a feature that was not ported over, but it's very forgivable because not every figure in Legacy, especially when it comes to United, are all Cybertron figures. So they want to kind of keep it all consistent. But Yeah, the original Hot Shot did have that plate feature with a spring loader where you use a cyber key. And as you can see, with both figures in the robot mode, Legacy Hot Shot's actually a little bit taller than the original Cybertron Hot Shot. Because as you saw in car mode, the Cybertron version of Hot Shot was much larger than the Legacy version. So it was kind of weird how that all worked out, where the car for this version is bigger, but the robot mode this one's a little bit bigger. So it's pretty cool. But you do see a lot of the elements that carried over. Unfortunately, with the paint scheme or the quality of paint they used with the more recent toy lines like Legacy, War for Cybertron, or Studio Series, it seems like it's a little far inferior compared to the original paint that they used back in the day. Because as you can see, even with the leg right here, you get this yellow paint right here, which is very bright and it pops. Here, yellow paint, you know, has that plastic kind of bleed through and it kind of makes it look faded a little bit. Same with the chest piece right here. You got that yellow here where it pops here, doesn't pop here. Unfortunately, they molded the visor out of a clear plastic, so that kind of pops more than the paint scheme they used here and the antennas here. But you can even see with the red pops here. So I'm not sure if it's the quality paint that they used, but you know, back in the day, I mean, they might have used better stuff. But I don't know if it's cost-cutting measures or whatnot. But it does not say that this figure is inferior to the original. It just says that maybe some of the material they used back in the day was a little bit better, which I do hear a lot of reports online that they have said that the plastics seem a little bit more durable back then than they are right now. But if I rotate these figures around, you see a lot of the design elements did carry over from Cybertron Hot Shot to Legacy Hot Shot. Very, very nice done figures. Even to the back, you see a lot of the similarities in the back with the design elements, with the windshield right there, the backpack, even with the legs, the door panels for the arms. Very, very nicely done figures. I'm going to go ahead and take my original Cybertron Hot Shot and put them off to the side. I'm going to go and talk about Legacy Hot Shot. Very, very nicely done figure. I mean, I would say if you did see them on toy shelves, do pick them up if you don't own an original. And even if you do, pick them up. It's a nicely done figure. You know, I did mention in the past with like animated Prowl and animated Bumblebee, there were certain figures that just did not need that Legacy update. And Hot Shot might fall into that category, but they did such a good job with Hot Shot. I would highly recommend picking them up. But if you guys found any of the information in this review valuable, please like and share this video. Also, if you really enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel, and while you're there, click the bell to be notified of any future videos. I want to thank you guys for watching Rad Steele's Toy Collector Review. I'll check you guys out next time.